My name is Alan Drazen. I work for Jack and Jill DSD, and I got in the ice cream business in 1970, actually back in 1974, when I started driving a Good Humor ice cream truck during the summers. Good Humor had a little office in my neighborhood. I went in when I was 18, started driving a truck. It was a great experience, probably the best job of my life. And 2 years later, the company came to me and offered me a job as district manager. And worked for Good Humor for 2 years. Great learning experience. Had a really excellent, again, great job, good place to learn. And 2 years later, I made a visit to a company called Jack and Jill Ice Cream in Philadelphia. And I got offered a better job there. Got a bigger responsibility, also operating ice cream trucks. And it was another great situation. At the time, Jack and Jill had about 40 or 50 trucks, and during my time there we grew the fleet to about 170 trucks, operating out of like 6 or 7 depots, basically in the Northeast, from Virginia through New Jersey.
Alan, taco. You invented the world famous taco. How did the taco come about?
So the Choco Tacos are kind of an interesting story. I was sitting at my desk one day, it was the end of the summer in the ice cream business. Our company always really wanted to have kind of our own unique ice cream novelties. And at the time, Mexican food was the fastest growing segment of the food industry. The taco was the most recognizable shape. So I went to my boss, the owner of the company, Jay Schwartz, and I said, listen, I have an idea. He said, what is it? I said, well, my idea is to have an ice cream novelty that would be unique for us, and I think an ice cream taco could be a big hit. And my boss was really great in that he allowed me the freedom to kind of run with the idea. He sent me out to meet with one of our suppliers in Wisconsin, Gold Bond Ice Cream Company at the time. They embraced it. We were fortunate that Gold Bond had a manufacturing plant that made ice cream, and also the owner of the plant had a cone plant on the other side of town in Green Bay where they made sugar cones. Their people were engineers, they made a lot of their own equipment, and they were able to modify an international drumstick machine at the cone plant to make waffle shells and be able to ship them across town to the ice cream plant where they also made unique and special equipment to fill them. And from there, a lot of our friends in the industry started selling the Choco Taco, and it was really just on ice cream trucks. And that's how it got started. And over time, we saw an opportunity to grow that into the Mexican food channel, and I started soliciting taco restaurants, including Taco Bell. We got into a lot of independent taco stores, and it became a huge hit. During this period of time, Unilever Ice Cream, which is Good Humor, Breyers, and Ben & Jerry's today, acquired Gold Bond Ice Cream. So it went from my friends selling it and being sold to some taco restaurants to going into distribution with Unilever. At the time, Unilever had about 20,000 company-owned freezers. So it went in all 20,000 of those freezers, which today is over 100,000 freezers. So that became a big part of the business. And it's obviously expanded. We're in just about every supermarket in the country today. We're in just about every convenience store, in the US, dollar store. I mean, it's literally been an amazing story. And I remember in the early days, my boss would go by my office and he'd see me on the phone with a taco restaurant or something, and I always had a regular job. I mean, the Choco Taco was just a piece of what I did. And he would see me, he's like, oh, you really worry about Choco Taco too much. And I'm like, well, it's kind of my thing, I kind of, a special pride in it. But after we've sold 1 billion of them today, they don't say that anymore. They're like, keep it going. From the very beginning, from, Max Schwartz, who, was one of the pioneers of this industry and helped start the association, and Jay, his son, they always inbred in me that the value of trade associations is to perpetuate our business. That when we have challenges, when our industry is challenged, the only way it's very tough to defend that as an individual company. But when you band together as a trade association, you have a unified body, a unified front, and the resources to go fight that. And over the years, we've been very fortunate in our market. We've been pretty successful at not having the ice cream trucks banned, but we've supported our fellow members in the association. And when you help others to perpetuate that business, it allows that whole kind of spirit to kind of go around. if they start picking off Chicago or some other city, then it would spread. It could spread to your city. So it's benefited us by being able to sustain ourselves in the ice cream, in the mobile vending business, and perpetuate our business through having a strong trade association.